Hola and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm headed out to go shopping. My husband and I will always budget about $150 for the week for the both of us for food. And we've been actually coming a little under that every single time, anywhere from $7 to $40 less. So we also had recently a power outage, which our meat was okay, was doing all right, but not so good for the refrigerator. So I had to replace some things last week, like things like mayonnaise and tartar sauce, all those little perishable things. But today I really am pretty stocked up on things, and I'm going to stick to my list. So come along with me. I'm going to hit two stores. I'm going to hit Food Lion, and also I'm going to hit Aldi. So let's go together. So as you can tell this morning, I am not a quick change artist. It's just that that morning that I was about to do the haul, my doctor called and said, hey, can you come in sooner? And since I was dealing with an infection, I said, oh yeah, I'll be over there. So anyway, I got to go this morning, which is Saturday instead. And here's what I got from Food Lion, okay? First of all, I got some carrots, which we like to have, and it lasts us a couple days. I was short. I checked my pantry upstairs, and what we were short on was sweet peas, and I bought the smaller one, and also some peas and carrots. Actually, I thought I had bought more peas and carrots. I bought one peas and carrots and mostly peas. So I got three of them. But it's good, and I like that size sometimes because you can add them to soups, or we can have them also just with rice. That's how we like to have it. So also my granddaughter was not happy to find that there was no Nutella. I've been carrying it all the time. But I picked up the Food Lion version, which I've had, and to me it's comparable. I like it, and it's less money. Then coffee was on sale, and as you know, coffee's it's gold. So I picked some up because my son is coming and he's a coffee drinker also. As a matter of fact, he drinks a little more than I do. I'm also replacing some breadcrumbs because I use it in different things. I use it right now. As a matter of fact, my son loves Cuban breaded steak, which is kind of like a country fried steak, chicken fried steak or whatever, but it's beef. So I like to use this to make it, or panko, but I actually have found I like to use that with cornmeal. Also, and I'm going to make a special video about this, here's naan bread, which I like this, and this says perfect for the toaster. You can get the big one and then cut it in half, but I find this is kind of good for breakfast. I like to use it for breakfast or for lunch, and you can actually cut it, and you have it's about 140 calories each one, and which is what you'd have with two thin slices of bread. But I'll make a little video about how I use naan, and it's become kind of a staple because I like it. I'm the only one that likes it. And my husband laughs about it. He says, oh, it's naan bread. Now, I like to buy manager special, so I'll always check the meat aisle, but they didn't have it. But I still got another bad price on some Cuban, it's not Cuban, but I use it for Cuban breaded steak. It's cube steak. And I know some people like to use sirloin, but I've always liked to use the cube steak. I think my mom did too. So I get, it's $8.39, which could have been a little bit better, but that's about $2 or so per steak. And I go buying it little by little because I have a nice big crowd. Then I love pickles. And my olive was on sale for $2.50. So I'll usually buy Food Lion, or I found Aldi has a very comparable one too that's real good, but I like to use that. And then I save the juice and I'll put cucumbers in it. It's delicious. Also, I'll probably have to go back and get more. And this was a better deal last week, but I put a nice big thing of russet potatoes because they're versatile and you can do a lot with it. These were on sale. I didn't totally need them, but they were 2 for $4, and I'm not really brand loyal, so, and we've used Suave, but it was 2 for $4, and I thought I could have just bought 2 and it was still gotten a deal, but I said, let's get it because we can use it. And this one they're both shampoo. This one was tropical coconut, so I like that. And then you also have the ocean breeze. So we were able to get that. Also, I have some junk. These were on sale, and my husband loves these, and we all love these. And the kiddos are coming from New Jersey to visit for the summer. If you remember, my son is a teacher, and so he's coming with his family, and we'll just have them with sandwiches and everything. He also needs to pick up some coleslaw or make some coleslaw. And I like this. I found they had a commercial about this recently too. Food Lion. If you have a Food Lion near you, it's a good price. It's you look for deals, and only what's on your list. And some of this wasn't on my list, but I took it. But I really love their kettle barbecue chips that are $1.99, and they also have one that is called Cha-Ching, which is actually not a bad, and it's about $1 for that. But I'm partial to these, and I like them, like I said, with sandwiches or just to nosh on while you're watching TV on the weekends. I try not to have them too much because I'm crazy with chips. I love chips. They're my trigger food. By the way, I wanted to add that I did shop my pantry first and my fridge. That's why I didn't get as much as maybe, you might be saying, well, there should be more meat, there should be more this. But a lot of things I just didn't need, and I shopped first what we had because I've been noticing that we are pretty well stocked. So I tried to get things that either needed to be stocked a little bit more, or that were just fun things, or or were just things that we were lacking in. So the next thing, and this is one of those things, was tissue, facial tissue, and this was about a little bit. I think it was a little more than $1 per. They're expensive, but we keep them because me and my husband, we have allergies, and and the kids are coming again, so you can never have too many tissues. We have an actual stock pretty well, especially after COVID. I think everybody does this. I have this bathroom tissue that actually was not a bad deal, and it was about $1 each, I think, maybe a little bit more for bath tissue. And that was also just the Food Lion brand. So I'm pretty sure that's it for the whole of the Food Lion brand, of Food Lion, which came to $55.58. Not bad from the actual budget of $150. So I'm pretty sure I got everything, and now onto Aldi. By the way, I almost added Harris Teeter to my little list of stores that I was hitting today, but when I went there, because they had a sale on eggs for $1.27 per dozen, which was pretty good, and again, I have a big crowd, so I figured great for breakfast. Well, they were all sold out. It's Saturday, and that's fine. I figured it was only a couple of cents more. So at Aldi's, I picked up 2 dozen of their eggs, and that was a good deal, and they'll go, so because you're going to use them for breading and everything else, and I probably use them in my cookies when I cook them too. And everything is still in the bag of Aldi. Since I'm making cookies, Aldi has, I don't think they're comparable, but I might have done a little better at Food Lion this time, because they have also semi-sweet chips, and they were on sale at Food Lion, and I think they were a couple of cents more, but for the most part, they're usually cheaper at Aldi's, so I picked them up, I think, but they weren't that much different, so that was good. Then, and this is more junk, but my husband loves these, so I picked him up. Oh, this one's upside down. So I'm so professional. So he loves these, and the last time we had them, my kids ate them. They're like, ooh, do you have those chocolates that everybody likes? So he puts them in the fridge, and they last, because we'll kind of just break off a couple of squares and eat them. So we like to have these, and just for something, sometimes you need something sweet, and that's, for us, that's what it is. So I have been using, I used to use the shredded cheese, and I still will use it occasionally that comes packaged, but I've heard that it's not always, and it's got a lot of filler. So I've actually been using my grater to make the block cheese, and Aldi's is great for cheese. As a matter of fact, I'll look real quick. The Aldi's cheese is like $1. Yeah, it's like $1.59. So like, when you think about it, usually you can get 2 of them for $4. So that's $2. So you're still saving. You're still getting a good deal at Aldi's. So I like to pick up, this is the extra sharp cheddar. And that's good for cheesy potatoes and mac and cheese, or just to add to your eggs, which I like. It's also more, it has a better flavor. It really does. So I like also my cream cheese bread. And this is the Happy Farms. I like it better than the Lidl one. And this is very economical in comparison. Again, when you look at the Aldi cream cheese is $1.75, and Philly is, I think, over $4. And I have my own homemade bagels, but I also put it on just regular toast too, and cream cheese is excellent. You can also get the big bar, so, and it's still a good deal. Then I just bought one, because I have about 3 of them. I like to keep 3 or 4 of them on hand. There is the Aldi's Countryside Creamery, which was under $3. So it's really good, and I think that butter is coming down. I noticed that butter was getting like right up there, but it's doing a lot better now. So I like to have and you're gonna use almost 2 of them for cookies. So you need to have them. And then last but not least, I did not pick up any fruit other than this, because my husband said that there was something going on with fruit in North Carolina, or like in the South or something. So I figured I'll hold off a little bit, and see if that, if I could do a little research to make sure it's okay. So we didn't get our bananas or our peaches, which we like. So, and maybe there's no harm, but I have to be super careful with that. But I did pick up an avocado, because I had one recently and there wasn't a problem. And my daughter-in-law's coming and will enjoy it. My grandson also likes it. So I figured and it's still hard. From Aldi's, you get it for a really good price for one of these. And sometimes if I'm on my own, I eat like maybe just half of it. So, and then the next day the other half. I've been lucking out with them very much, because as you know, sometimes avocados are kind of weird. And you can buy them and they're good, and sometimes they're not. So I'm going to do the tally, and this is what I had. As I said about Food Lines, Aldi, I spent $19.62. So I'm bad at math, so I'm using my calculator. And 55, 58. That comes to $75.20. So 75.20 from 150 still leaves you almost $75. I like to hold aside money, because maybe my husband's going to need milk. Maybe we'll buy a big milk. Our son always ends up coming and getting more stuff that they like. I try to get what they like. I try to do that, but he also says, oh wait, let's get this. Let's get juice. So he has, and I forgot to get orange juice, so we'll probably go back. So we have a little reserve. But the first time that I go during the week, that's it. I just try to go according to my list, and then leave a little room for anything else that might come up, like orange juice, which was left off the list, and we have to pick that up because we like it. And then also my husband likes to reserve a little money for Sam's Club. We don't, not that we buy much anymore at Sam's Club. We used to buy a lot more, but now we don't buy as much as we used to. But still, we'll have it to just go to Sam's Club. So anyway, that was my haul from 2 of the stores that I like to frequent. And I probably, as I said, we'll probably still go back to Food Lion. We might go back to Harris Teeter, and we'll probably pass by also Lidl, and Sam's Club. So we'll see, for the week if we reserve any money after that. But anyway, I think we got a lot of good things to start with and a lot of good things to cook. So that's my haul for today, which is not really a haul, it's just my regular shopping. And I just want to thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. And I hope that you, if you're not following, if you're not subscribed, I hope that you consider subscribing. So thanks very much and have a blessed day.